Now, I think growing up, all of us have been in situations where you're supposed to hold your pee in and, you know, hold it either during a car ride with your family or, you know, you're out with a girl and you don't want to really pee in front of her. There's just many situations the more I think about it, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta let it out. Let all that juice just fly everywhere. Okay, that sounded really bad. That sounded like, you know what? Never mind. All right, yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy story. So this story takes back in grade 5. In grade 5, obviously, you know, this was when I was actually really young. I was still in elementary school. I wasn't anything cool. I was just an average kid. But being an average kid wasn't, you know, all of it in reality, because if you guys don't know, my life is like almost a movie. There's always little things that I mess up on and things that just don't go right. And I think that goes for life in general for everyone else. So this is how it all started. Back in elementary school, I remember I had this crush on this girl. Now, this girl was outstanding. She was some short little girl, and this was grade 5. So remember, relationships weren't really a thing. But obviously, me being like a helpless romantic, I kind of just, I don't know, fell in love, I guess. And, you know, me being Bubba and all, things are just never good when it comes to falling in love. Usually I get shot in the back, or I just cry and, you know, mope to NF all day. Yeah, wow, my life is depressing. But anyways, back in elementary school, I did have a crush. We're gonna call her Faith. Now, Faith was an outstanding girl, and she was amazing. She looked nice. She was so kind. She was so smart. And in me, you know, barely speaking proper English, because my grammar was terrible back then, me trying to talk to her wasn't like an easy thing to do. Like, at most, I would probably, like, I don't know, wave at her in the hallway if that was like the best thing I could do, and going on so forth. But I remember one time we had a field trip for my school. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm in Canada. Many of you guys don't know that. Maybe you guys were commenting like, what state do you live in? What kind of school is this? Well, this is actually down in Canada. Okay, I live in Canada. You guys could go check my famous birthdays. It tells you actually kind of a lot of information about me. That's actually scary. How do they do that? And of course, in Canada, you know, we rely on our First Nations people. We love our First Nations because, you know, we literally give them like tax-free and stuff, because I guess something with history of us taking their land, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't want to get into it that much, but basically we were going to a field trip to this museum that was about the First Nations, and we had like a First Nations class, blah, blah, blah. Being Canadian, you're supposed to learn about this stuff and everything, and I respect it and all, and I understand it, but like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm 20 years old and I forgot everything that happened back in elementary school. Now, usually when you go on a school field trip, you're usually supposed to take, you know, a giant big yellow bus. You drive down there, you do your thing, and then you drive back. Well, let's just say that wasn't the case for us. Apparently our school had like not good funding, so we literally had to take the actual like transit all the way from a little town to literally downtown. And downtown there was like this whole entire like museum. Like, it was like far out. I don't remember exactly where it was, but I remember we literally took transit all the way down there. It sucked. Okay, sitting beside like an old man when I'm in grade 5 on the bus, it was really weird. And I remember our teacher would always be like, if an old person comes on the bus, make sure you stand up and let him have a seat. Great. Yeah, great. I'm gonna end up standing in front of the stinky kid in front of my class. Dude, honestly, I don't know. It just sucked taking transit. But anyways, we got there. We walk around the museum. In a way, I was kind of following my crush Faith and just, you know, see what she's doing, and then kind of just roamed back and stuff. I don't know. We just had a good lesson. And I'm not gonna lie, First Nations art's actually really cool. That's actually poggers, my dude. But going on from there, after that whole trip and everything, I remember I had to go to the bathroom. Now, for some reason, me not using my brain, I decided to like hold it in from like halfway of the trip, because I'm like, screw it. Like, you know, I can hold it. I'm a pro. I got this. My bladder, bing, ba, boom. When in reality, that was a mistake. So I remember I was like walking around and stuff, and, you know, I was just holding my bladder, doing my own thing, blah, blah, blah. But then I remember the teacher said, it's time to go now. Everyone head towards the bus stop. Are you joking? I literally headed towards the bus stop, and all of us were all in like single file line. And I remember it got to the point where I was actually holding my pee-pee. Now, this is where things got difficult, because I remember on the bus, my crush was sitting next to me and my teacher was on the other side. So I'm sitting between two people that one can get me in serious trouble and the other is like the love of my life back in grade 5. So I'm just like freaking out. And I remember, like, you know, as we were sitting on the bus, I'm just holding my hand there and everything. And my teacher looks over at me and says, are you okay, Bubba? In my head, I wanted to say, stop the bus. I have to take a piss right now. But as I was thinking it, I remember I saw Faith looking at me, and she's like, you know, curious of what's going on. Because, you know, when you talk to the teacher, apparently like a big deal. And I remember I looked over and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just got a little cut. And I looked back like in front of like my seat, or whoever was sitting in front of me. I don't remember. And he was just like, what? Because I literally made it seem like I got a cut on my pee-pee, when in reality, I just had to pee really bad. So then he started getting like all concerned and stuff, was asking questions like, how did that happen? You know, he started thinking like I was getting beat at home with like a wooden spoon or something. I got like a splinter down there. I don't know, dude. This guy was like thinking with his magical imagination. As I'm sitting there thinking, how beautiful beautiful waterfalls are. Like, damn, Niagara Falls, mint. Toilet seat, mint. I don't know. I was just thinking like random stuff, like water effects and everything. And the worst part was that it was raining outside. Let's just say like I was in legitimate torture for not going to the bathroom. Legitimate torture. Okay, now I know what you guys are all thinking. When do you actually pee? Well, you see, as my young self was sitting on the back of the bus, listening to people actually singing bus driver songs, because apparently our teacher wanted to like sing songs for the bus driver. I don't know. It was weird. But we were all singing the song that goes like, the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round. I'm not going to sing the whole song, but I think you get the gist. I think everyone sang that song before, somewhere at least. But yeah, we were all singing that. And then the teacher was like saying like, whoa, like another song. And we just kept singing all the way. And I remember my crush Faith looked over at me. She looked at me in the eyes and she said, you don't look so good. Are you okay? And then I was gonna reply saying, I'm fine, until she put her hand on my shoulder and then whoosh. That's right. I literally ended up peeing right in front of my crush in my pants. And as she's like holding my shoulder, I remember she looked at my eyes and then she just looked down and she's like, are you peeing? Oh my goodness. This was not a sight to see. I remember I was like about to tear up saying, I had to pee ever since we left the museum. Like I was gonna freak out. Like I was gonna go sicko mode. And I remember my teacher was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you peeing on the bus? And I remember a kid in the back of the bus was like, teacher, I think he's peeing. And it was just not good. For some reason, my teacher thought it was blood because I said I got cut, but it ended up just being piss everywhere on the back of the bus. And I remember once we like got back to like the bus stop, or the stop where the school was at, we all walked out and everything. And I remember I walked out of there with soaking wet pants. Soaked, my guy. Like they were drenched. And as I was walking back to the classroom, my teacher was calling my parents saying, is your son potty trained? Oh my God, dude. Dude, it was just not the day for me. All I'm gonna say is like, if you guys are special, like trained bladders, congratulations. But for me, like, I don't know how girls do it. Every time I went out to a bar with a girl and stuff, they're able to hold their pee like they're champs. And then there's me just, I don't know. You know, when the bladder wants to go, I guess it goes. But anyways, guys, that is basically it for the story. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for all the support on these videos, and Baltimore embarrassing stories. Peace.